Please welcome to the stage an incredible friend to the military community, the president of the Fisher House Foundation, Mr. Dave Coker.
Good evening. It is my privilege to represent the Fisher House program tonight. It was our founder, Zachary Fisher, that taught us that there is a dignity and a majesty in the efforts of our armed forces, and it is well for us to remember the noble deeds of those who have worn our country's uniform. We also believe that a family's love is good medicine. It was almost 26 years ago that Zachary and Elizabeth Fisher dedicated the first two Fisher houses, one at the National Naval Medical Center, the other at Walter Reed Army Medical Center. And those two houses could accommodate 16 families. In just a couple of weeks, we'll be cutting the ribbon on our 72nd Fisher House. And by the end of the year, we'll hit the milestone of offering a home away from home to over 1,000 families each and every night. What started as a remarkable gift from a patriotic couple has transformed into a resource that is a tangible symbol of support from and on behalf of a grateful nation. What progress, and it wouldn't be possible without the continuing commitment and steadfast support of the services and each of the Surgeons General. Thank you for that. We now turn to the awards portion of the program. We will first recognize tonight's three Heroes of Military Medicine Awards recipients. The offices of the Surgeon General of the Army, Navy, and Air Force each submitted multiple nominees for these honors. The Heroes of Military Medicine Advisory Committee then considered all of the outstanding nominations and voted to select one individual from each service to be recognized as that service's Hero of Military Medicine. Each honoree will be introduced tonight by a representative of his or hers Office of the Surgeon General. Participating in the award presentations this evening will be Mr. Phil Odeen and Ms. Cynthia Gilman. It is my privilege to introduce you to Brigadier General Ronald J. Place, Special Assistant to the Commanding General, Office of the Surgeon General of the United States Army, who will say a few words in support of tonight's Army Hero of Military Medicine honoree. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brigadier General Place.
Thank you, Mr. Coker, for your introduction. On behalf of Lieutenant General Nadja West, the Army Surgeon General and Commanding General of MedCom, I'm honored to award the 2017 Army Hero of Military Medicine Award to Colonel John O. Colonel O currently serves as the Chief of General Surgery and as a Trauma Critical Care Surgeon at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Colonel O's accomplishments are unmatched, and we're infinitely proud of each one of them. They're a great credit to him, to the Army, to the Department of Defense, and there's absolutely no question as to Colonel O's talents as a surgeon or his ability to remain calm under pressure. Please allow me to give a little bit more insight into one particular act of valor that gives us a glimpse into his character, his skill, and his bravery as a soldier and as a surgeon. In 2006, then Major O was assigned to the 759th Forward Surgical Team at Camp Enid on the Afghanistan-Pakistan border. During a particularly busy time, he found himself wondering if he would live to see another day. John was just 4 months into his deployment when the medics brought in a patient with a large metal object sticking out of his abdomen. As the medics began cutting away his clothes, Dr. O noticed a metal bar and fins sticking out of this patient's belly and realized the object was actually an unexploded rocket-propelled grenade, or RPG. Major O ordered everyone else out, donned his ballistic helmet and body armor. Explosive ordnance personnel then examined the x-rays to determine if the warhead was still attached to the RPG. Thankfully, it was not. However, while the potential for explosion was slightly less without the warhead, the fuel rod and detonator still carried the potential to blow up at any point during the removal of that grenade during the surgical procedure. Despite the remaining risk, John led a team of 6 and conducted the operation wearing their usual surgical scrubs between Kevlar vests and ballistic helmets. As soldiers around the forward surgical team and in the operating room uttered quiet prayers for success, he gently removed the grenade without detonation. Now, rather than bask in the well-deserved glory of that moment, John O is quoted as saying, "This is something we do every day, just taking care of our patients. Our primary focus was just to take care of the patient. Everything else was secondary." Now, I contend that not everyone's normal duty day consists of removing an RPG from a soldier's belly. Later that year, John visited that particular soldier who just witnessed the birth of his second child. Now, though John would never take credit for it, our soldier was there to see the birth of his child due to Colonel O's steady hand, his courage under fire, and God's grace. These are the actions and attitudes of a hero and a soldier, and I'm honored that he's part of the Army Medicine family. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2017 Army Hero of Military Medicine, Colonel John S. O.
Well, thank you very much for a wonderful evening. I would say that there were a lot of heroes working with me that day to help me out in that particular event. Most of all, I'd like to thank my wife, Susan, for being there. And without her strength and resiliency, none of this at all would have been possible. So, honey, thank you very much. This evening's for you as well.